Hello, my loves. Risa coming to you live on Friday for Real Talk About Relationships. Happy to be with you today. So, if you are feeling unhappy in your relationship and you're just feeling frustrated and maybe kind of stuck and trapped, then you're definitely not alone. I'm talking to a lot of women right now who are just feeling that way. And so I want to offer you a shift in perspective today just to help you start to feel less trapped and like you're taking your power back to do what you can do to move ahead in your life right now as you maybe you're trying to still figure it out and sort it out and see if it's going to work for you or not. And so here's the thing, here's the mistake that most of us make is that we are very focused on our partner and what's not working and what they need to be doing differently in order for us to be happy. Yeah, like we're just very focused on them. Like if they would only, show up differently, if they would only be different than how they're being, if they would only open their, if he would only just be able to open his heart and share with me how he feels. This is like probably the biggest problem that I hear from people is just that sense of disconnection and like, why can't he just open up and share with me? And I know I struggled with that for a long time in my marriage. Like, why can't he just share with me? Like, what are you thinking and what are you feeling? And you know what? A lot of times, if that's what you're struggling with, like the men, like they just don't know, and my heart goes out to them because they're so deconditioned away from feeling their feelings and they get very disconnected, and we all do that, I think, to some extent. We're not like, we're just taught like it's not okay to feel how you feel, and so we tend to get disconnected from how we really feel about things. And then, we get into relationship and we want to have this sense of intimacy, this sense of connection. And I know that was, one of my mistakes when I started my relationship. I didn't have that sense of intimacy with myself. I like this definition of intimacy. If you've ever seen Into Me, I See. And so that's really where it starts. And if you're trying to see if you can create more connection with your partner, you do have a lot of power to just show up. If you can show up vulnerably and open and share your heart, and maybe it requires up-leveling some communication skills, it is possible to create more connection if both of you are still wanting to see if you can make it work. It is possible to reconnect and create deeper connection, and I've seen that happen a lot. And what I really want you to focus on, though, I know everybody's situation is a little different. Maybe you already kind of know, like, yeah, I'm not really, I'm not in a place where I feel safe to do that, or I really don't feel like that's ever going to work. That's fine. Everybody's different. And what I really want to invite you to do right now, especially going into the weekend, if you're going to be together with your partner and you're already feeling like, another weekend, how are we going to navigate this situation again, and you're just feeling really unhappy and kind of miserable, then what I want you to focus on is, I started saying that it's the mistake that we make is we're very focused on our partner and what we want them to be doing differently, when really, what is that doing? It's, how's that working? Like, we've been trying, that worked. If that would work, it would have worked by now, right? Just trying to get them to be different and to fix things and change things. And I would venture to say that, how's that working out for you? It's probably just making you feel more frustrated, and it's also creating this adding to negative dynamic in the relationship, because people feel that. When you are unhappy with them and you want them to be different, it's not adding any positive vibes to the relationship. And so, so take a breath. And this is the shift that I want you to make. If you feel like you're very focused on your partner and what you need them to be doing differently in order for you to be happy, and that's not to say that things wouldn't need to be different in order for you to be happy, but what I'm saying is, what we need to do is take back our power as one person to start to shift the dynamic. And the way that we do that is by getting the focus off what we think they need to be doing differently and start to bring the focus back on ourselves, and just looking at, if I am getting emotionally triggered in this situation, if I'm feeling whatever it is, I just feel lonely or rejected, or whatever is he's doing that's triggering whatever emotion in you. Maybe he has trouble with, like, I work with a lot of women whose partner, they tend to kind of be really critical or lash out or have trouble with anger. And so it's just, everything's an opportunity for us to to grow and to get stronger in who we are, because then it's like, all right, well, how do I take care of myself in this situation? I always say, yeah, I don't have to like this situation right now, but I can like myself in it, and I can take care of myself in it. So I'm kind of rambling all around, but the main message I want to share with you today is, like, I'm going to invite you to just take your focus off your partner and what's not working and what you want them to be doing differently, because we just don't have any control. And I know you know that we don't have any control over other people and how they're showing up, and it's not helping us to be focused on that. And it's just adding to our frustration and resentment. It's also adding to theirs. So can we just take a breath and just stop? Would you be willing to just kind of just stop trying to fix it or change it or control it, and just let it be whatever it is right now? And I know I say this a lot, and I talk about this a lot in the trainings, but that's really the first step, and that's what I tell all my clients at first. It's like, we have to keep the focus on what we have control over, and we don't have control over other people and how they're behaving, but we do have a choice. We always have a choice in how we want to respond in this situation, how we want to show up, right? So then the question becomes, all right, let's just let it be what it is right now. Just for now, would you be willing to just let it be whatever it's going to be, and get the focus back on yourself, and start to look within, and it's what do I need to do to take care of myself in this situation? But then just knowing that the relationship's really like a mirror, and it's this opportunity for growth. And so this is the work. This is the transformational life coaching work that I love to do with people, and that I just learned so much about myself from my relationship in my marriage, when I was married to a man who was struggling with alcoholism. And I know I've shared my story, but there's just so much that we can learn by looking at our relationships and where we're not happy, and where are we giving away our power, and just even asking ourselves, what am I looking to get from this other person that maybe really is something I need to be giving myself? And I think that's that's the most common mistake that I see people making, is I don't know if you want to call it a mistake, but that's how most people do relationships, is that we're looking to that other person to make us happy, when happiness is really an inside job. And so again, this is the work. We want to come to the relationship from the perspective of, I'm showing up as me, authentic, full, happy, looking at whatever I need to learn, to show up as that, to be that strong person that I want to be. I need to show up as the person that I want to be, that feels good to me. And then coming to the relationship from a place of acceptance for this other person and who they are, whether you like it or not. It's like, we just, they're going to be who they're going to be. And it's not helping any of us to try and make that be different. So we have influence, though. We have influence. So we have to start showing up as the person we want to be. And and so then coming to it from a place of generosity. What do I have to give? What do I have to offer in this situation, versus what do I need What do I need to get from you in order to be happy? And that's how we start to take our power back, and how we start to get the focus back on ourselves, and how we can start to do our own inner work to heal whatever patterns are going on. And it's okay, we all have our stuff, you know. And so there's opportunity, there's always opportunity in relationship for us to grow and heal those parts of us that, you know, are just out of alignment. Old stories. This is not the truth of who we are anymore. And so your discontent is actually really valuable information. And so I invite you to embrace however you're feeling, to get the focus off trying to fix, change, make anybody else be different than who they are, because it's not where our power lies. And it just leads to frustration and resentment, and us feeling kind of stuck and trapped. And right now, my darling, you have the ability in this red hot moment to take back your power, to turn your focus back on yourself. What is it I need to heal within me that I'm feeling about this relationship? What is it that I have an opportunity to learn right now about myself in this relationship? And how can I just start to get in better right alignment, loving relationship with myself? Because that's really where it starts. And you know, we can't be happy and have a loving relationship with anyone else if we don't already have that sense of our you know, wholeness and feeling good about who we are. It's like no one's ever going to be able to do that for you, and that's where we get into trouble. All kinds of trouble, looking for love in all the wrong places. So yeah, you deserve love. You deserve to be with someone who it's going to be a healthy, good relationship dynamic. And you know, maybe it's possible to change that, and maybe it's not. And so this is the first step of how we start to figure that out. And what I call the relationship clarity process is just, we got to get the focus back on ourselves, what we have control over, start to look within, do our own work, show up as the people we want to be for us first, and then up-leveling our communication skills, and, you know, just showing up authentically. And from a place of acceptance. And I know it's not easy, especially if you know, you're really unhappy in your relationship and it's been going on a long time. But you'd be amazed that the power you have as one person to start to just, you know, interrupt all those negative patterns. Let's just start to, what if we just start to show up differently for us first? So that's my message to you today. I hope that's helpful. Yeah, we just gotta start by getting the focus back on us. What do I need to do right now to take care of myself in this situation? And just start to look within and do our own work. And I know it's easier said than done. And honestly, I don't know anybody that has really done a lot of deep transformational work and like healing the, you know, the patterns that are running. We all, like I said, we all have our stuff without some kind of support. And I do have a few spots left if you want more support with just looking at what's, you know, what are you unhappy with in your relationship right now? Are those things that could possibly be improved? You know, where do you feel like you're getting stuck? Getting really clear on what you do want, what you need to be happy. I'm happy to invite you to schedule a complimentary relationship clarity session with me. I just have a few spots left. I offered everybody on the training we did, was that last week already? I can't even remember like what day we're on, but I have a few spots left. There's a link at the top of the page. I'll pop it in the comments here too. If you want some more support, go ahead and you can schedule. It's a private complimentary 30-minute Zoom call where we can just talk about what's going on and help you identify what is the most important thing that I need to focus on right now in order to move ahead and be happy. Sound good? So go ahead and click that link if you want to schedule that. Like I said, I have a limited number of those that I offer, and there's only a few spots left. So if you want one, go ahead and grab one of those while they're still available. And yeah, what can I do to love myself up this weekend? What can I do to make myself happy? And just getting the focus on what you can appreciate. This like a super ninja energy technique, even just like as far as your partner's concerned. You know, we kind of get more of whatever we are focused on. It's sort of like the law of attraction. And people sort of, you know, show up how we expect them to show up. And so if it feels in alignment for you to just even start to focus on, are there any positive aspects about my partner that I can appreciate, and just put a little more energy, a little more focus on the things you can appreciate. That can start to shift the energy a lot too, if that feels like something that feels okay for you to do. Maybe not everybody is feeling like I really am really mad right now, I'm really angry, I'm really hurt, I'm really sad. That doesn't feel like we're in alignment with how I'm feeling emotionally. So just do what feels true for you. And the main thing is we just got to get the focus off our partner. And maybe it seems counterintuitive off what's not working, but we're not going to solve the problem by focusing on the problem and trying to control stuff we don't have control over. Would you agree? Type in I agree, yes, in the comments if this is landing for you. So yeah, focus on ourselves. What can I do to care for myself in this situation? What can I learn? What am I learning? What am I learning about myself right now from this relationship? So I love you. Please give this a thumbs up if it was helpful for you. That gives me some feedback as far as how I can best support you. Click that link if you want to get on a private call with me. And have a wonderful weekend. Take good care of yourself. I'll talk to you soon. Lots of love. Bye for now.